So bands behind the feet. The legs are into a Pilates stance. Heels are kissing, toes turned out. I got my hands held pretty close to my feet. I'm going to lie back, draw my knees into my chest, and my elbows will come down to the mat. On an inhale, I'm going to push the legs all the way out. Exhale, return. And you can choose to have the legs go higher if this is not cool for your back. I want you to feel your glutes firing as you extend out and the belly pulling in and up. Don't forget the breath. We inhale out, exhale in. 2 more. Inhale, 2 exhale, and 1 more. Good. Now take the feet together and feel like you're taking the toes over top of the edge of the band and have the thighs pressing together. Same thing. Press out on an inhale, exhale. Make note, what is the back doing? It shouldn't be arching off your mat. Same breath. Inhale out, exhale in. Inhale to exhale. We go 4 more. We're kind of moving on these. 3, a little quicker. And 2, and 1. Knees all the way in. Now, lead with your heels. So flex the feet. Drive the heels out and come in. Inhale to exhale. Back is heavy. Belly's in strong. Neck should be relaxed as well as the shoulders. And we'll do 4 more. Inhaling, exhaling. 2, and 1. Now take these legs straight up. Take your time and lengthen all the way up. And my feet are in parallel. I want you to flex your heels for 3 counts and then point the toes. Flex 2, 3, point 2, 3. When you flex, be mindful, or the knees starting to bend. You want to keep those legs straight. The belly's still pulling in. My back is still heavy. Hand press. Taking your time in both directions. 2 more. And 1 more. And take your left foot only out of the band. Keep the knee bent, but place the foot down on the mat. Make sure that that left thigh is pressing into your center line, so don't let it flop out, okay? We're going to do a single leg bridge. If it's too hard, you'll just slide your hands further down. The band won't be as tight. All right, here we go. We're going to drive up for 1 and lower. 2. And exhale. Inhale. 4 more. Here's 4. And 3. 2 more. Make sure you're squeezing that left butt cheek. Hold it up. We're going to lower the leg long and bring it up. You can also do this with the hips down on the mat. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the bridge and soften that knee in. Now you can keep your head down on the mat. I'm going to nod my chin to my chest. And I'm going to do a leg press straight out and coming in. So by lifting my head, I'm just adding more core work, so you don't have to be lifting that head. I'm pressing out and coming in. And here's 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. I want you to rock yourself up. Put both ends into the right hand. Okay? And you're going to come onto your side. Draw that knee towards you. I'm going to take 2 hands now and hold this tight. Okay? I want you to make sure that your rib cage is lifted, shoulders over the elbow. Then I'm going to push from the tush out and in. Press. Now I've got this with 2 hands because I want a lot of resistance to push out on. Make sure the neck is relaxed, in line with our spine. Shoulders are connected to our backs. We push and in. Push and in. Here's 4. Push from the tush. 3. 2 more. 2. And 1. Bring it back up. Turn to face the feet. And let's take the other leg inside that band. Okay. So going to bring it all the way down. Bring that leg straight up. I'm going to slide the opposite heel towards the glute. So the right knee is bent. The left leg has the band. Elbows are down. You're choosing how tight to make the band. So if it's too tight, slide the hands further down. But there's one end in each hand. All right, give me 8 up and down. Here we go. Bridge up, exhale. Inhale down. Shh. And down. The neck shouldn't have any pressure on it. Back of the head presses into the mat. Shoulders. Squeezing the right glute. Keeping that right thigh pressing into your central line. And 3. And 2. Hold this one up. And we're going to lower that leg. Press out long. Bring it up strong. Inhale. Exhale. You are more than welcome to lower those hips onto the mat as you move this leg. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that seat. Rock yourself up. Put both ends into your left hand. You'll be facing away from me. Come on to your right side. Bend that left knee in towards you. Grab onto that band with 2 hands. Make sure the rib cage is pulled up and the shoulders are connected to your back. Push from the tush out and in. And that bottom leg is going to press into that mat. Inhale, exhale. Neck should be nice and relaxed. But that core is still working. And we go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring yourself back up and come back around. All right, take that band off the foot. I'm going to hold it to where the band is slightly wider than shoulder width. If you don't like ends hanging down, you can bunch up the ends. I'm going to lay all the way down, but we're going to articulate that spine coming down. So I'm going to start with an inhale, tucking that tail, tug on that band, exhale, lower back comes down first, then the rib cage, upper back, shoulder blades, head. Take the feet underneath those knees. Let's have the back nice and heavy. So I'm going to exhale all the air out of my center. I'm going to pull my band apart. So my arms are going to go to each side and then bring it straight back up. And again, I'm going to inhale, pull down, exhale, return. As you pull down, feel the chest expand, front of the shoulders get a stretch, exhale up. As I pull the band down, I feel my back muscles contract. And exhale. And we inhale, and we exhale. We're going to add on in 2 more. Inhaling down, and those arms like beams of steel, and those wrists should be straight. Good. Bring it back up. Now this time, as I pull the band apart, my knees are going to float towards the front of the room. So we'll go this way. Front of the room, towards me. And then bring it back up. Other side, knees float to the other side. Inhale. Exhale up. And inhale. Exhale up. And inhale. Exhale. Use that belly. Open it up. Squeeze those armpits. Inhale. Exhale. And 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. I want you to tabletop the legs one at a time. Use your core to do that. If this is not a cool position for you, if your back feels strained, keep your feet on the mat. I'm going to reach my arms behind me. My rib cage can't go with me. And then bring it back up. And I'm keeping tension on my band the whole entire time. I'm going to inhale back. There's no space between the mat and your back. Exhale up. Now, add the right toes tapping down as I reach back. And then bring it back up. Left toes. Inhale. Exhale. Pelvis has to stay still. Back stays heavy on the mat. Inhale left. Now instead of tapping my toes, I'm going to reach that leg out. So the right leg presses out. I come back in. My left leg presses out. I'm going to add on to this even further. Inhale, press that leg out. On the exhale, nod the chin to your chest and reach that band for your shins. Bring it back down. The left leg will reach long, arms go back. Tabletop, come up, reach for those shins. Head down, right leg reaches, arms reach back. Inhale, exhale, curl up right away, reach. Right away as I'm going back, my left leg goes up. That's an inhale. Nod, chin to the chest, reach, exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now let's keep our heads lifted. Try to reach the leg and the arms. Inhale. Exhale. Other leg. Inhale. Now if you want, try both legs. Inhale. Exhale. Much harder. Keep that back heavy. 2 more. Squeeze the booty if you're taking those legs further out there. Squeeze that bum. And then rest that band on your shins and pull the knees in towards you. If your neck feels strained, we look to one side. We look to the other side. Good. Then we're going to rock ourselves up. Okay. Take the band back behind the feet again. And grab pretty close towards the feet. And then we're going to roll it back again. Roll it back down. When you're all the way down, draw those knees into your chest. Elbows go to the mat. And zip these legs straight up into a Pilates V. Relax those shoulders. Relax the neck. I want you to press these legs as one unit. Down for 3 counts. And then zip it up. Reach longer. Longer. So I'm pressing in that band. Exhale up. Inhale. 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 Exhale. Now if you want, the next rep, you can keep the eyes to the belly. And we go lower, lower, lower. Zip it up, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, all the air out, scoop deep. Press longer into that band. And reach. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. Keep those shoulders connected to your back. Now we're going to come into a tabletop position. My feet are in parallel. Pull the knees a little closer. Keep the left knee in towards you. Push with just the right foot. So it's just one leg. Yep. Now find the band with that left foot. Drive through the left. The right knee pulls in. And then return. And press. And return. And push. And return. Belly goes in. You got it. The head can be down or up. But if your head is up, shoulder blades off the mat. Press. Good. Press. 2 feet in, head down, and zip those legs back up. Good. Now this time, take your left foot out and have it right next to the other leg. I want you to put both ends into your right hand and pull your right elbow down to the mat. Take your left hand behind your head. You can keep that elbow on the mat with your head down or nod the chin to your chest and lift everything up. The right leg is going to press away from you. The left leg is going to come towards you in a scissor. As you bring the right leg back up, take the left shoulder across towards it, oblique. Come back to center, reach long. And twist. Now if you want, you can put the head down as the right leg goes down and then bring it back up. It's your choice. Inhale down. Exhale up. Or you can keep your head up the whole time. Both legs should be reaching long. I lower and I lift. I inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Try not to hug the head with your elbow. Keep that elbow pointing away. Last one. And I'm just going to drop that right leg down. Scissor one last time. Put the head down. I'm going to put one end in each side and pull down. Feel that stretch in the back of that right leg. Inhale for me. Exhale, pull a little closer. Inhale. Exhale, pull a little closer. Flex that heel. Point the toe. Flex. Try to keep that leg super long, super straight, like a beam of steel. One more. Take those arms up, and the other foot comes in. Take the other foot out. Keep them side by side. Put both ends into your left hand and pull the left elbow down. The right hand goes behind the head. You can keep the head on the floor with the elbow on the floor, or you can nod that chin to your chest. The left leg is going to push down. The right leg comes towards you. As that left leg comes up, I rotate. I inhale down. Shh. Inhale. 2 beams of steel, kids. 2 beams of steel here. Even the leg that's not in a band, feel like you're still pushing long in that band. This should be getting you warmer. Shh. That's right. And 3. Take your time. Feel the movement. You can put your head down or a little bit of both. Hold this one here. And then I'm going to put my head down. Bring that left leg up. Right leg floated back down. One end in each hand. Pull the elbows down. Inhale for me. Exhale. Pull a little closer. Inhale. Exhale. Flex your heel. Point the toes. And 3. Relax those shoulders. 2. And 1. I'm going to put both feet back in that band. They're going to be parallel, not a turned out V. I'm going to rock myself up.
Judy, how do you always know what I'm doing wrong?
She always says me too.
When you said relax your shoulders.
It's usually me. She has eyes
It's
like
confession time.
I didn't realize I was doing it until you said
like,
You're
how
welcome.
long have I been going here? She still hasn't told me.
Now, I slid my hands further down, okay, so I can have my arms more here, okay? And I want you to relax those shoulders. I want you to crease at your hips. I want you to feel your butt cheeks lighter on your mat. So if I'm leaning back, boy, they're real heavy. Think of lifting up. Okay. Palms down, shoulders heavy. The arm closest to the screen is going to pull. You're going to follow it. The other arm has to stay straight. Bring it back out. Now keep that arm straight. The other arm is going to pull. And then straight. Sit taller as you rotate. Get the weight out of that lower back and bring it back out. I inhale tall. Now as I exhale and come back around, I don't lose the length I just created. I inhale, thumb to armpit, exhale, and inhale, and exhale. One more side. Tall, tall, tall. Follow that back elbow if you're able. And one more. I pull and I release. Okay, let the band go. Take the legs as wide as your mat and reach those arms long. Okay, shoulders down, zip it up. Now that back is going to stay, the lower back is going to stay against the wall. So pretend like we're against this wall. If there wasn't this trim here, I'd have you sit against this wall. So pretend like you're against the wall. We're going to inhale up taller. Now on the exhale, take the head off the wall. Then slide those fingers an inch forward. Get your shoulders off the wall. Slide those fingers an inch more forward, and I stop at the mid-back. So this right here is still against that wall, and I'm scooping that belly in and up. Now retrace your steps. So squeeze your seat. Start with the rib cage, shoulder blades, head. And right now, that belly is still working, but relax those shoulders. There. We inhale up. Sorry. Exhale.
We keep trying.
I know, and that's okay. Slide those fingers an inch more as the back peels. And I stack up. You got to feel the belly pulling you up, not your back. Exhale. I'm pressing the back of my legs into the floor. Look into your navel. Now feel that belly, all that power bringing you back up. Last one. Draw that chin to your chest. Exhale all the air out. The belly button's going more towards the back of the room. Inhale up. And on this exhale, drop your hands to the floor and just slide. Don't worry about keeping your back against the wall. Just stretch forward and breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Yep. And grab onto your band. Bend your knees. We survived spine stretch. Okay.
Spine stretch is good.
It's very good. And you know, I want you to go home sometime. Sometime go home. Sit against a wall and feel yourself peel off the wall and see if you're keeping that lower back against that wall. Okay? All right, so I'm going to balance here. My legs are into a frog position, so my knees are only as wide as my frame. My heels are turned in, my toes are turned out. Now take these legs to a tabletop. Drop them back down. So scoop deeper into that belly to bring these legs here and bring them back down. Now you're more than welcome to stay just like this. I'm going to go to a table, but now I need to give myself some more slack. I'm going to push these legs out. Okay? Back to table. So you're either going to go out or take the feet back down. So here's one option. The next option, or the previous option, was to take the legs down and then kick to a table. So you're either going down in table or you're going out in a table. Okay? So you're going to pick it. I want you to pause, not in the down position, but you're either in a table or here. Okay? I want you just to tilt back so your butt comes up and see if you can balance. Try that again. Shin to chest. And just butt up, butt down. Small. I never roll onto my neck. It was a little crooked, that one. Eyes to belly. Lift up. Keep pressing those legs long. If they're straight, they're staying straight. If they're in a tabletop, frog position, you're still rocking. You're still keeping those legs still. Let's just do one more. Rock it back. Bring it up. Now this time, let the lower back come down to the floor. Hold. Lengthen your arms. Now see if you can come back up. Can the band help you a little bit? Let your feet rest in the band. Take the lower back down. Don't get into those shoulders. Use your core. Yeah. Just lower back, right there. Oh, from that belly, scooping deeper. Last one. Now lay all the way down and bring your legs straight up. Slide the hands down a little bit and elbows go to the floor. We survive that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
The band's your friend on that one. Okay, now put that bowling ball on your torso. Take the legs towards the screen. Come down, away from the screen. Hold center. Now reverse that. Go away from the screen. Come down, towards it, and pause. And again, towards the screen, away from the screen. Hold center. Inhale away. Exhale back up. So I want this movement. Keep alternating directions. Go to your screen. I want you to feel your belly moving these legs. I'm anchoring deep. I'm stirring that pot. Let's just do one more in each direction. Keep those legs glued together, pressing long into that band. And last one, inhale to exhale. And soften those knees. We're going to come up to a balancing position here. Balancing tabletop. Hold that. Yep. Hold it. 8, 7. Get out of that lower back. Zip up. 6, 5, 4, 3. Heels go down and press those legs straight out. Wow, how did I get so crooked here? Okay, release the band. Hang tight. I'm gonna spin a little crazy or rocking. All right, let's do saw without our band. Okay, I feel better now. I'm centered. Okay, but I've got no room now. The wall is here, so it's all right. I'll just have this arm bent. So you're gonna be out like a T with both arms. Rotate towards your screen. Yep. Yep. And then look at your back hand. Keep that butt cheek pushing down. Now from your belly, lift up. Rotate. Reach and stop that baby toe. Bring it up from the core. Spin back around. Press the back of those legs into the mat if the legs are straight. You can do this with your knees bent if it helps you sit up tall, because you're still getting that rotation in that spine. So if you need it, bend the knees. Inhale up. Exhale. Come back to center and release. Okay. We just sit cross-legged. Take your band. And take it behind us. I want you to sit on it. It's just this little tricep work. So my hand that's closest to my screen is going to reach across my body and grab that end of the band. Okay. So if it was my left hand, I'm sweeping over to the right and grabbing the right side of the band and vice versa. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. And you're going to bring this arm and rest it right next to your head. Okay. My opposite hand is going to hold right onto that shin, right by the knee, to zip me up and keep me stable. All right? So this hand now that's got the band, it's going to straighten all the way up and then let it go back across. So if it's your left hand holding the band, when it comes back down, it's reaching across the body. Now, arm is straight up, and I don't move my upper arm. It stays still. My elbow acts like a little hinge, and try to look straight ahead. And that band will rest against your back. I'm squeezing the back of my arm, tricep. I'm sitting up nice and tall. My hips are getting a little bit of a release, sitting cross-legged. If that's not for you, take the legs straight. 2 more. Keep tall in that spine. 1 more. And then grab onto that band with the other hand and slowly bring it down. Okay, now I'm going to switch which leg is on the bottom. My right hand, or the opposite hand, is going to reach across to the other end. Okay? So you shouldn't be here. You always cross over and grab the end. Okay? And if you're not sitting completely center in that band, you might need to fix that so you're not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I did that myself. All right. So it's like you're putting on your shaw, right? My arm is right next to my head. I'm holding on by my shin. I'm going to zip it up and then bend. Squeeze that tricep. So if it's too hard, slide your hand further up the band. If it's too easy, grab further down the band. But I want you tall. I want your neck in line with your spine. Squeeze that tricep. Keep the wrist straight. Keep the core pulling in and up. And make sure your neck is not cranked, meaning forward. Press. Squeeze that tricep. 4. Good. And 3. 2 more. Here's 2. And a 1. Both hands take it and bring it back down. Good. Okay, so I want you to take that band to the center of your back. And we're going to come into a quadruped position, hands and knees. All right. So this is a child's pose, but we're going to be pressing against that band. Make sure the band's not too tight because the wrists and the hands aren't going to like that. So I want your hips and shoulders in a straight, your hips and knees in a straight line, shoulders and wrists in a straight line. So I got a little bit of pressure on my band right now. So I'm going to let that pressure release. I'm going to stick out my butt and arch my back. That's an inhale. On the exhale, press into that band and round that spine. Inhale, let those shoulders go down that back. Exhale, feel those shoulder blades go flat. Belly pulls in, back rounds. Inhale, arch. On the exhale, press into your bands like you're trying to press the ceiling up with your upper back. Inhale, arch it. Exhale. Now stay in this rounded position and then sit back into a child's pose. Those arms are like beams of steel. I'm always saying beams of steel because that's how it really feels and looks. And then bring it back up. And once you take the hand closest to the screen, lift it up, follow it, bring it back down. And the opposite side, you're going to lift up, follow it, bring it back down. That's inhale, lift and twist. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more each side. Rotation. Do you see that one side can rotate easier than the other? Absolutely. And do one more stretch back. Ah, good. Now slide the hands closer to your feet and bring that band out from behind you. And now we're going to take it out to the top of our mat. We're going to lay all the way down on our stomachs. So lower back issues have the legs go a little further apart. You have a healthy lower back. The legs can be sit bone width apart. All right, so I'm going to reach my arms out. They're going to be in line with my shoulders, so they're not going out to the corners of my mat. And I got my band. I can either pinch it with my thumb and second finger, or I can wrap my hands around it. If you don't like a lot of the ends hanging, you can just fold it up and hold onto it. All right, so I got my arms shoulder width apart. I'm going to keep my feet anchored. Then I'm going to lift up my arms, my head, and my chest. So my belly button's going to pull in, my butt's going to squeeze. I'm going to lift up my band. Bend the elbows, bring the band towards you. I'm going to lift an inch higher, press it back out, and then release. Try that again. Arms, head, and chest. Pull the navel in, squeeze the bum. Now drive your elbows back, squeeze your back muscles, come up an inch higher. Good. Press back out and then release. Inhale as you lift up, squeeze that bum. Exhale, it's a little higher. Inhale back out. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhale. Pull back and squeeze. Reach long and release. Last one. You got to keep squeezing that bum. Keep the belly pulled in. I squeeze my back. I press out and I release. Now take the hands off the band. Take them underneath the shoulders and get those shoulders away from the ears. Okay? Make sure your arm is not touching the mat at all. I'm going to roll that marble with my nose, lengthen out my neck. I'm going to lift up, hold it here. Now look towards the screen and circle the chin down around to the other side, back to center. Look away from the screen. Inhale, exhale around, and release. Now, I want you to slide your forearms to the edges of the mat. I want you to press through your forearms and lift up your head and chest. If you want to take it a step further, okay, you can lower back down, or, that's right, you're going to press up and come back onto your forearms and lower all the way down. So you can just stop at the first level. So here's first floor. I'm hovering my head and chest. I'm going to press through to the second floor and extend. Yep. Relax those shoulders. Then gently lower back down to the forearms and then lower down. Remember, you don't have to go to the second floor. So it's press off, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. Shoulders are relaxed. Inhale. You can exhale, go back down, or come up. And you retrace your steps. And you come back. Okay, stretch back. Scoop the belly around the back. I'm going to take my arms behind me this time, just because I feel like I need a release in my shoulder. Then you can curl the fingertips to the wrist if you want to get a stretch in your wrist. Doesn't hurt. All right, so grab that band. We're going to lay on our stomachs again. And you're going to put the band behind your back. Doesn't have to be completely in the center. I'm just going to hold it to where it's tight. Then I'm going to let my hands rest in those back pockets. You know what those back pockets are? Let your knuckles just rest in there. Put your legs together. And I want you just to drop your shoulders and your elbows to the floor.
Ooh, that hurts.
How are
Kinda.
you?
In the front of your shoulder?
Okay. Can't
No,
get
I'm
them
not
down.
forcing it. I just dropped it.
I can't get
And
them
that's,
dropped.
and that's okay. It's just giving me a nice little stretch. That's where I prefer to be. So Jane,
I'm
take
not doing this right.
no, take your hands behind you on your back. There you go. Let your knuckles rest in those back pockets. There you go. Okay, so belly's in, legs are glued together. We're gonna kick 3 times. 1, 2, 3. As the legs straighten, take the arms back. Give a little tug on that band. I'm looking straight down. Now bend the elbows, look away from the screen, and kick. 1, 2, 3. Feet down, chest up, butt squeezing. Back in those pockets, elbows drop, and kick. 1, 2, 3. Stretch. Inhale as you kick. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Do these feel good or no? Because I'll do this one more time, which we just did. We committed, now to the other side. And kick. 1, 2, 3. Stretch. And lower down. Now keep those arms straight and keep your forehead straight down to your mat. Now I'm going to lift my arms up and then bring it back down. My legs just stay still. I'm going to lift up and back down. 2 more. Stretching the front of the shoulder. And 1 more. Good. And release the band and make a pillow with your hands. Okay. So my legs are 1 fist width apart now. So not glued together. They're just a little bit apart. You're still pulling your belly button away from the mat. We're going to lift the leg closest to your screen. Up and then down. Other side. So I'm not letting my hips go with me. My hips are staying down. I lift and lower. And lift from the glutes. Belly supporting. Belly still pulling away from the mat. My shoulders are relaxed. Lift and release. Lift and release. Taking your time, and I push the opposite leg down as I'm lifting up. Lift and release. Lift. Can you feel your glutes working to lift that leg? Up and down. Up and down. Now hold this leg up. We're going to do little pulses. 8, 7. If this hurts your back, just do alternating. Don't keep pulsing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other leg, lift. Opposite leg is pushing down and press. Up. 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands by the armpits and press back into a child's pose. Scoop the belly and round the back. Good. All right, grab onto your band and come to a high kneel. All right, so I want the legs to be 1 fist width apart. We're going to start the chest expansion. So if I have my hips pressing forward where they should be, I'm going to feel all this back here engaged, okay? I'm pressing my feet into the floor as well as my knees. I'm going to hold my band shoulder width apart. If you don't want the ends hanging, just bunch it up. I start at chest height. I draw the arms to the thighs, push through, and then return. Let's inhale as we bring the arms down. Open the chest. Exhale. Belly still pulling in and up. So this is not a vacation from my core. And I bring it back up. And again, I'm going to inhale and exhale. 2 more, please. Inhale, pull through. Exhale, return. And 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Now I'm going to sit back. If your knees allow you, sit back for a second. I'm also getting a nice stretch in my foot. Once you take your band to underneath that armpit, or think of like mid-back. Okay. Now I'm going to pinch my hands pretty close to me so I'm not way out here. Okay. Make sure your hair is not underneath the band. If you don't want the ends hanging down, you bunch them up. All right, so I'm going to come back to that high kneel. So I'm going to scoop. So now I'm nice and tall, pressing through my shins, come all the way up. Elbows pull back, palms face down. We're going to press straight out, belly goes in, and then release. Press out and release. Out. Nothing else is going with me, so I'm not going to take my torso with me. Keep everything very still. Pull that belly in and up. Now I'm going to add on to this. You can stay just like this. Or as I press out, at the same time, Press out, you gotta push out and then come back in. So it's a thigh stretch. So you're hanging on there as you press. There you go. Where do you feel that at? Yeah, your quads. You're stretching those quads. And you may feel a little bit of to those knees, because if your quads are really tight, what do you think that's doing to your knees? I'm going to inhale back. And that spine has to stay really long in one unit. It's like there's a pull going right down my back. I'm keeping my back against that pull all together. And we're going to sit back again. Okay, how'd that go? Fabulous.
I'm always afraid I'm going to fall over.
And you didn't. All right, so keep the band where it is, but sit on your seat. All right, so I'm going to kind of turn diagonal because I'm too close to the wall. I want to give you guys more space, but you guys can stay straight. So take the legs straight out. Now, if you can't sit tall with your legs straight, you're going to want to bend. You can take the legs out. You can sit cross-legged. You can roll up your mat. All right, but if the legs are straight, I'm going to flex the feet and push the back of my legs down. I'm pinching my band with my thumb and second finger, and as I press out, I'm going to grow taller. Make sure your wrists are straight, not flexed. Inhale up. On the exhale, rotate. 1, further, 2. Inhale, center. Exhale. 1, 2. Inhale, exhale. Long arms, long legs. Now see if those feet can stay still. So don't let one flex more or point more. Keep them glued together. That's going to keep those hips still. Last one. And release. Okay, I'm going to sit cross-legged. You can stay facing the way you are. You can face forward. It's up to you. So I still have my band pinched with my thumb and second finger. I'm going to walk my hands down just a little bit more. My palms are up, and I want you to press this band out and then in. Sit taller. Don't sink into that lower back. Out and in. Inhale to exhale. Grow taller. Now keep it nice and tall. And 4. Good. And 3. 2 more. Here's 2. Hold it out here. Now sweep across, palms up. Open it up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 3 more. 2. And 1. And release. Okay, shake that out. All right, so we're gonna have our heads go to this end of our mat, feet go to this end of the mat. Take the band behind the toes of the top leg. Try to have it centered. And I like to have my band really flat and my toes inside it. All right. So we're going to come on to our side. So you guys are going to line yourself up with the very back of your mat. Okay. Now I'm going to be more towards the front. But you want to be at the back of your mat. All right. So we have our head propped up, or you can lay all the way down. I want you to slide your feet to the front edge of your mat. I want you to take your top kneecap and rotate it to the ceiling. So now I've got this little Pilates stance. Lock the shoulder down, press the hand into the mat, lift this leg up, and now work as you lower it down. We'll inhale up. Now work and lengthen even longer. So here is no work. Here is all the work. So my leg comes up light. As it's pressing down, my glutes, inner thighs, and core are working. Inhale to exhale. Try to get this top heel right on top of that bottom heel. So I want you to lengthen that leg nice and long. And 1 more. Now, both sets of feet are in parallel. Lift your top leg hip height. Now push that bottom leg and foot into the floor, and that's circle forward. 2, press longer into that band. And we go 4, 3, 2, reverse. 8, 7. Using your core. Are you lengthening that leg longer? And 3, and 2, and 1. Let go of the band, kick that foot out of it. I'm going to take this foot and cross it in front and grab behind the ankle. Now, if this is not cool for your hip, you can take this foot behind that leg, okay? We're going to hover the straight bottom leg off the mat. And my heel is going to be slightly higher than my toes. We're going to lift up, higher, hover, up, up, hover. So it's inner thigh, glute, and belly. But we never drop the leg down all the way to the floor. 2 more. Belly goes in deeper the higher up the leg goes. Now hold this one up, point the toes, and pulse for 8, 7. Push that front foot down into that floor, and 4, and 3, and 2. Hold it up. Release the hand from the ankle. Let the other leg go on top of that leg. And we're going to do these little heel beats. Loose feet, tight seat. Shoulders relaxed. Make sure you're on your side. Hips are stacked. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knees and bend them in. Now, the hand that's holding you up, wrap it around your rib cage. So your right arm. Yep. And my other hand is going to press into the floor by my elbow. Okay? You can't be here with your shoulder. Get it away from that ear. Drive through the heel of your hand and lift up. Yep. And push. Use a little tricep exercise here. Lift. And we're going to try. You're going to try and straighten that arm all the way up. And 3. Do what you can. Maybe it's just 1, but hey, you got 1. Now bring yourself all the way up. And we'll take our head on the other side of the mat. Okay. So you guys are going to line up the back edge of your mat. Everybody but me. I'm going to go to the front. Try to have that band as much as you can centered. Have the toes inside. Top leg has the band. And again, you guys are at the back of your mat. Come to the front. All right. So the elbow, everything should line up. Elbow, hip. Take your legs to the front edge of your mat. Make sure you're not leaning back, so hip over hip, shoulder down. I like to have my knuckles pressing in, but you can also have your hand against your navel, okay? Take that top leg, turn the kneecap away from you, and we're going to lift up. That bottom leg pushes down, and I'm going to lengthen and press, resist. Push the bottom leg down and reach, reach, reach. Inhale up, exhale, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Now work. How's that feel when your leg lifts up? Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Reach. Longer. Longer. Lift up. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Up. Feel the opposition. Feel that bottom leg pushing down. And up. Last one. Now, both feet are parallel. Take the top leg hip height. Push up bottom foot and leg into the floor. Circle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feel your belly moving that leg. And let's reverse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Hello. And release that band. I'm going to take that leg in front. Grab behind the ankle. You can also have it here. Okay? All right. Shoulders are mounted. That bottom rib cage is still pulling in. Hover your leg, and the heel should be slightly higher than those toes. We're going to go up higher, higher, highest, hover. Belly in, deeper, deeper, hover. You got it. 1, 2, 3. Take your time. Make sure you feel that inner thigh working. It's called inner thigh lifts. Hand up, 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 up. 1 more. Up. Now hold this one up. Point your toes. Pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. 5, 6, 7. Now hold that leg up. Let go of the other leg. Reach the other leg on top. Heel to heel. Make sure your hips are stacked and little heel beats. Keep this rib cage nice and light. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bend those knees. Now the hand that's on the head, wrap it around the rib cage. Other hand's on the mat by your elbow. Drive through the heel of your hand. Ready? Shoulders down. Don't you dare start like this. Push. And lower. Back of that arm. 2. Drive it up. 3.
It's easier this side.
4. And 4 more. Do what you can. If it's just 1, fine. And last one, we come all the way up and we stay up. We still friends? Of course we are. All right. So let's do some side stretches. You're going to face me this time. All right. So we're going to sit cross-legged. The band's going to go behind us. And I want you to sit a little bit on that band. Do as best as you can to have it in the center so one side's not extremely much longer than the other. All right, so this hand right here is going to grab onto the end. And see how I'm going to come through? And it's on the outside of my arm, not the inside. Yep, okay. Don't have it too tight. Make sure your hair is not in the way. This hand here can hold right by the shin or it can push down. I want you to lift up and my spine went up with that. So don't have it so tight that it's so hard to get it up there. Now I'm going to keep this hip pushing down. And I want you to stretch over and bring it back up. Up taller. Inhale. To exhale. One more. Anchor that hip down. And then slowly bring your arm down and release that band. Okay, other side. So the band goes to the outside of my arm. Don't have it too tight. Support to have the spine nice and tall. Press it up, long spine. Inhale to exhale. And reach. Keep that hip pushing down. Bring it back up. One more. Inhale. Good. To exhale. Release it. I'm going to walk my hands forward. You go as far as you would like. Head is heavy. Just release those hip pockets. Take the hands back towards you. Yep. Give me a nice big inhale up. And exhale down. Soften those elbows. Sweep it up. Inhale. Stay just as tall on the exhale. And one more. Sweep it. Inhale. And exhale. And you have made it. All right. Woo!